Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to learn about nutrition in case of human beings. Nutrition in case of human beings. So already we have learned nutrition in case of amoeba, paramecium and cuscuta. Now we are going to learn human digestive system, which is a best example of holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition means taking complex food materials into body and with the help of digestive juices and enzymes breaking them into simpler ones. So human digestive system is a best example of holozoic nutrition. We are going to learn about it now. Let us learn. This is human digestive system. It contains so many organs which are arranged in the form of a long tube, which is also called as alimentary canal or gut or digestive tract. Alimentary canal, gut or digestive tract. Let us see the parts of gut. First part of gut is called as mouth. This is mouth, the opening of human body. Next, the cavity present in the mouth is called as oral cavity. This is oral cavity. Next part is a common chamber called as pharynx. This long tube is esophagus. And next, this sac-like structure is stomach. Next, this U-shaped tube is called as duodenum. Next continuation part is this coiled one, which is called as small intestine. Next continuation part is this one, which is large intestine. Then next rectum. Last portion is called as anus. So these are the parts present in case of human digestive tract or alimentary canal. Let us go deep into the nutrition of human beings. First, nutrition in human beings contains 4 steps. First one is ingestion, second is digestion, third is absorption, fourth is egestion. First step is ingestion. Ingestion is nothing but taking food into mouth. Taking food into mouth is called as ingestion. After taking food, the food enters into this cavity called as oral cavity or buccal cavity. Oral cavity, or it is also called as buccal cavity. Buccal cavity contains teeth. 4 sets of teeth are present which are useful for masticating food. A muscular structure called tongue is present, which is useful for pushing food onto teeth and for tasting the food. Third one is 3 pairs of salivary glands which produces saliva. Usually this saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase or ptyalin. Enzyme called salivary amylase or ptyalin. This ptyalin is useful for digesting carbohydrates present in the food into simpler ones, that is maltose and dextrose. So partial digestion of food takes place in mouth itself with the help of saliva. So saliva is produced by 3 pairs of salivary glands. Next part is palate. Actually here it is not represented. A bony structure called palate is present in our oral cavity, which is useful for pressing food against tongue, which plays a main role in tasting the food material. So after entering into oral cavity, the food with the help of teeth, tongue, ptyalin and palate, it gets partially digested. This partially digested food is called as bolus. Now this bolus will enter into next part of digestive tract called as pharynx. So pushing the food from oral cavity into pharynx is called as a swallowing, which is under the control of our brain. After swallowing, the food enters into this common chamber called as pharynx. Common chamber means here the food from mouth and the air from nose both will enter into this common chamber. So the food after entering into pharynx with the help of another structure called epiglottis enters into this long tube called as esophagus. This long tube is called as esophagus. Here the food is not digested. Why? Because there is no chance to stay for some time here. Here only the food is passed down into next part of digestive tract called as stomach. So here the esophageal wall contains two types of muscles called circular muscles and longitudinal muscles. So contraction of these two muscles helps in pushing the food in a wave-like movement into stomach. So the food is passed into stomach with a wave-like movement called as peristalsis, which is useful for preventing the rupture of esophageal wall. So after that, the bolus, that means partially digested food, enters into this sac-like structure called as a stomach. Here the food is temporarily stored. The wall of the stomach secretes some juice called as gastric juice. It contains so many enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Acid is useful for killing harmful germs present in food material, and acid is also useful for an inactive enzyme pepsinogen in gastric juice into active form, that is pepsin. After that, the proteins present in this partially digested food gets digested into peptones with the help of a pepsin. Now the food is partially digested. This partially digested food is now called as a chyme. This chyme, in peristaltic movement, it enters into next part called as a duodenum. This U-shaped tube is called as duodenum. Here the chyme enters into duodenum in a peristaltic movement. Why? Because it contains here one valve called as a pyloric valve. This food receives a juice from this gland. This is called as liver, the largest digestive gland present in the body. From liver, it receives a bile juice, and this green color portion, light green color portion, is called as pancreas. This pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. So the bile juice from liver and pancreatic juice from pancreas both will enter into this U-shaped tube called duodenum, which already contains chyme. So now the food enters into this coiled structure called as a small intestine. In small intestine, already a juice is secreted called intestinal juice or succus entericus. Now here all the enzymes present in pancreatic juice and intestinal juice digest all the components of food materials. Here the complete digestion of food completes. Complete digestion of food material takes place. After digestion, the digested food will enter into blood through a finger-like structures present in the wall of small intestine called as villi. Through villi, the digested food enters into blood. This step is called as absorption, which is third step of our digestion. Next, the undigested food enters into this long tube called as large intestine, again in peristaltic momentum. So when the food is passing through this large intestine, if extra amount of water or minerals or salts are present, they get absorbed into blood. Now the digested solid food material enters into this portion called as rectum. Here it is temporarily stored. Later, through this anus, that means opening of digestive tract, through this anus it is passed out in the form of stool or feces or bolus. This step is called as a defecation. So like this, human digestive system works in our body. Thank you.